Solomon Asch conducted his famous conformity experiment in 1951. He wanted to investigate the social pressures from a group that could cause an individual to conform. Participants were asked to complete a visual task. There were 7 Confederates and 1 true subject. The task was to look at a set of lines and state which comparison line matched the target line. Confederates stated an obvious wrong answer to see if the subject would conform.
Only one person in the group is a real subject. The rest are Confederates who have been instructed to give the wrong answer. The subject begins the experiment by reporting the correct answer, but as the experiment goes on, they conform to the Confederates and give wrong answers, knowing that they are wrong, but want to conform to the group.
Everyone, the experiment you will be taking part in today involves the perception of length of lines. As you can see here, I have cards with several lines on them. Your task is to match the line on the left with one of the lines here on the right.
B.
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 A.
A.
A. A.
A.
C.
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 They must be right. There are 4 of them and 1 of me.
C.
2 types of conforming, informational and normative. Informational conforming is when the subject believes that the group is actually correct. Normative conforming is when the subject does not want to be considered a social deviant, so conforms to go along with the group.
B.
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 B. A.
B. B.
B.
B.
They're wrong, but I don't want to create any waves.
B.
B.
In a partner, the subject is more inclined to not conform. The subject and partner do not need to give the same answer. As long as they both differ from the group, the subject feels more comfortable.
B.
B. B.
B.
B.
A.
A. A.
A.
A.
B.
B. A.
B.
A. B. In the experiment, the subjects who were not in a group setting gave the correct answers. 37% of the time, the subjects went along with the Confederates, who gave incorrect answers. About 50% of the subjects conformed for at least half of the trials. 25% of the subjects never conformed.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. The experiment you'll be taking part in today involves the perception of the length of lines. As you can see here, we have several cards with lines on them. Your task today is to match the card on the left, the line. Good evening, everyone. Today you'll be participating in the experimental mind.
B.
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 I looked at the camera.
B.
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 Oh. B.
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 A.
B.